The time of his reign was 600 years before the birth of Christ, and the size of his empire was very great. Within his court were people of many different languages and customs, people who had been conquered by the king and then forced to help him rule. A young man called Daniel and his 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were among those chosen. Of all the king's advisors, they were the wisest. Daniel and the 3 men were men of God and remained faithful to God's laws, so the Lord watched over them and gave them great knowledge. To Daniel, God bestowed the gift of understanding dreams. One night, the king had a strange dream.
I have had a strange dream. If all the magicians and astrologers tell me the meaning of my dream.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Magicians and astrologers to be executed immediately the next day. This included Daniel and his 3 friends. The night before the execution, Daniel and the others prayed that God would reveal the dream and its meaning. Sure enough, during the night, God told Daniel all he needed to know.
I need to speak to the king.
Come in here.
Well, are you able to tell me about my dream, Your Majesty? No wise man can ever do what you ask, but there is God in heaven who explains such mysteries. He has told me the meaning of your dream. Speak, boy! In your dream you saw a large statue of a man. The head was made of pure gold, the chest and arms of silver, the thighs of bronze, and the legs were made of iron. The feet of the statue were made of clay. Go on! As you were gazing at the statue, a great boulder came rolling toward it. It crashed into the feet of clay, and the whole statue crumbled into dust. The boulder then became a mountain and filled the whole world. Yes, you're right. But what does it mean? The statue represents all the empires of the world. At the top is yours, the richest and most powerful of all. But these empires will not last. The boulder that destroys the statue is the kingdom that God will create. It will grow greater until it fills the whole world. I'm astonished. Your God is gracious of all. You were the only one able to interpret such a mystery.
King Nebuchadnezzar was delighted with Daniel and made him chief of all his advisors. The king went on thinking about his dream, but instead of remembering God, he thought about the statue. He called all craftsmen to the royal palace. unveiling ceremony was organized. Everyone from the kingdom was invited. The king was enraged.
Make the furnace 7 times harder than usual.
The 3 men were securely tied and one by one were thrown in. Shadrach, who was Hananiah, the beloved of God, Meshach, whose real name was beloved of God, and Abednego, the one whose name was Azariah, the Lord is my help. And when the soldiers had thrown them in, they turned and ran from heat. But before they could escape, the flames leaped out of the furnace and scorched them to death. From a safe distance, Nebuchadnezzar peered into the flames. Then he jumped to his feet in amazement.
Look, do you see what I see? Did we not pass 3 men bound into the midst of the fire?
Yes, sir, that is right.
I believe I see 4 men. I heard them walking around the flames. The fourth is like the Son of God.
It's crazy. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's a miracle. It's an act of God.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come out of the flames.
The 3 men stepped out, unharmed by all they had been through.
Praise the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who delivered them from the flames.
Soon after, a new decree was declared.
Listen, all people. The king commands no one is to speak against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the brave men of Judah.
The 3 men were promoted to a high position in the royal court, but their real happiness was in their freedom to worship their own God.